Hello, welcome back to our Band of Badgers weekly unboxing videos, and this week is alternate reality week because I am hosting and not Dave. So there's not going to be a fantasy RPG in sight tonight. We're going to go completely off script and go with some sci-fi goodies that I've picked up recently and some stuff that I picked up at Dragonlit.
Bear in mind, Steve, we are on the Dungeons and Dragons Twitch category, so we are technically multiverse space hopping. So
we like all tabletop RPGs. I will reinforce that message. We are a multi RPG band. We play, D&D. We're about to start Pathfinder, Starfinder. Some of the free league stuff. We've got it, all going on. So, yep. We normally focus on fantasy RPGs, but like I say, this week is a fantasy out, sci-fi in. So alternate reality time, which is why I'm hosting.
And straight away he's into his DM voice. Literally 2 minutes ago he was fine. Now the DM voice comes out.
I've just rolled. Well, I don't know what I've rolled, but I've rolled for something.
You did. Well, if I roll it,
it's just a Pavlov experiment. Every time I speak like this, you decide to roll dice. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Because it's initiative, we can say it's coming. It's tense.
Nat 20, Steve.
Yeah. My disbelief is like where the comedy is. Right. Okay. So may or may not do a giveaway tonight, but we'll see. We're going to do one unboxing now. Then we'll do another one. So I'm going to do 2 this evening. There'll be a little bit of a pause on Switch. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can just click the next video and watch it straight away. You don't have to sit and watch the interlude that we have running when we have a break. Comment down below if you like the content. Obviously, we're going off stream tonight and doing a bit of sci-fi RPG unboxing rather than our usual fantasy stuff. But if there's any particular products that you want us to unbox, then we're always happy to do it. We always say we are a multi-RPG.
Steve, I've got another thing. I'm just on Twitch on the main website, and literally, you got official D&D is live now, as we are on the D&D category page. So we are literally dimension hopping. Go for
it. We're sharing love. Derailed my train of thought now. Right, anyway, so let's get back on track. We're going to do an unboxing now in a moment for something that I've just recently acquired. It's fitting in with some of the other stuff we're doing, and then we're going to do a free league unboxing. We'll get to that in a moment. But if there's any sort of products you want us to unbox, we're happy to get it on our tables. We've got quite a large band, and when we get back together after lockdown, we've got our regular barbecues that we do. We got our regular tables. You've seen from some of our other streams, our other videos from earlier this year. We'll meet in person and play, and then obviously we've been playing online most recently. But yeah, as soon as we get out of lockdown, we'll be putting all of these products that we have to good use. And if there's any other products that you want to see unboxed on Dave's little display cabinet there, or maybe some of the other stuff that we're going to show tonight, we'll go into a little bit more detail, then please let us know in the comments below. Okay, so without further ado, we shall get to tonight's unboxing, and this is literally fresh off the press. Try and get out of the camera a bit better. So tonight we will be opening the brand new Starfinder Beginners Box set that I purchased recently from Ed's Gaming Emporium using the Bob10 code to get a 10% discount, so that was very useful. And Ed very, very kindly refunded me the 10% discount after I purchased it as well, so that was very community spirited of him to do that. Much appreciated. So
cheers, Ed. Thank you.
If you need anything gaming wise, then head straight over to Ed's, and Josh or Dave will post in the link in the Twitch chat now, and it will appear in the YouTube comments below. And if you use our Bob10 discount code, you will get 10% off. And there is a 5% off pre-orders as well. So if there's any pre-order stuff you want, like some of the new stuff that's coming out, later on this year for D&D, and maybe some of the stuff's coming out for Pathfinder over the summer, then you will get a 15% discount there. We're now playing Twitch chat wars.
We are, yeah.
Okay, so this
It
is
makes a change for being on this side of the mirror, Steve. So this is fine.
So I do have a sharp knife, so I'm going to be very careful.
Just don't cut a cruciate an artery or anything.
I'll try
please.
not to. Yeah, I am just over 18, so I'm qualified to use this. Okay, right. So let's get into this. So I do know what is in here. I did research this a little bit before I purchased it. It is a big box, and so the content of this box.
We can't see the box, Steve.
Is designed.
We can't see the box, Steve.
Yeah, I know. So,
we did unbox you about it.
I haven't quite got as much room as you. So here we go. So there is the box.
Ooh.
So inside here is a kit that the publishers state is a great way to get started in Starfinder. So if you haven't played Starfinder before, I haven't played Starfinder before, and none of us have played Starfinder before. So this box, it was about £35, and then obviously I got a 10% discount as well. It's a great way to get into Starfinder. So the contents of the box is optimized. So I will say that now. The player's handbook that you get and the DM's handbook that you get and the stuff that's in the box is optimized up to 5th level. So you will not see all of the feats, all of the latest skills, the general feats, the skill feats that you have in the package that's in the box. It is designed as it says on the front, a beginner's box. Now, obviously, Starfinder has a core rule book, has a bestiary, the same as Pathfinder does. And if you intend to continue playing that, then you'd obviously have to invest in those books. But for starting the game, trying it out, seeing if you're interested, seeing if it's your sort of thing, which is exactly what we do with Band of Badgers. We play a lot of different games, and this this may be great, maybe something we want to continue, in which case we'll then go out and invest in the core books. But this is a great way of getting into that game. So what do we get in the box? So we have some tokens here. These are the bases for the cardboard minis. So if you're used to the Pathfinder, you will have seen the cardboard minis that they do, and I'm sure they're in the box somewhere. We have a set of dice.
I've got the Bestiary Pathfinders cardboards. It's a very, very good set. But it's good to see you actually get some extra ones there, which are probably going to be based on the adventure that you're going to do. And black dice. I love black dice.
Yeah, black dice. Exactly, high contrast, so you can see them under the camera and on the table in all lights.
Are there any extra dice that you get? Any different dice, or is it the standard?
It's 7 or 11.
It's 7. It is 7 dice. So you get 1d10, you get a set of D percentage dice, 1d6, 1d12, 1d8, and 1d4. So it is 7 dice. It is a standard set and not the new 11 dice sets that's more common now, where you've got your 4d6 for rolling your stats and 2d20, so you've got your advantage and disadvantage dice built in.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Starfinder and Pathfinder don't generally base default character creation on rolling dice, so that's probably why you're not getting 4d6 in there. And I think that the beginner's box has been out since last year, so it's probably published before that was brought into play. So there's an information sheet, and then there are some cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out the way so that we can take stuff out, and then I can put it back under the camera. Okay, so first off, we have a number of cue cards. Okay, now these cue cards really are
what can they do on my turn?
Exactly. So they are a quick ready reference, or ready reckoner, whatever you want to call it. Try and get this right. I hate being rude.
I'm looking at multiple angles now. I've got cameras here.
What you can do on your turn. So on this card, for example, you've got explanation of what you can do. So each turn you take exactly one action, and you can move before or after you take that action. So on this card, it also outlines which page in the Hero's Handbook covers that rule. So if remove is optional, and then you refer to the Hero's Handbook, which is included in this box, to page 77. And then you can take an action. Those actions might include an attack action. And again, the page references are there for melee attacks, range attacks, to hinder foe or support fire, use an item, use a skill, use a special ability, and so on. There's also information there about resting. And then on the flip side of the card, there are conditions. So there's flat-footed, frightened, hampered, helpless, impaired, and then there is a description of each of those conditions. So for flat-footed, for example, you take a -2 penalty to your armor class. So this is, again, reinforcing what this box is about. And this box is about new players. Okay, so people that haven't played this before, and sometimes it's a little bit intimidating, especially if you're a new role player as well, new to any RPG, is the size of the books. You look at that Pathfinder core rule book, and then the one we're going to look at later, they are a hefty piece of literature. They're a good 1.5 to 2 inches thick. And having this as a simple Ready Reckoner card sort of takes some of that intimidating content away and just get straight into playing it. A bit like playing a board game. There's a simple set of rules to follow. Okay, so next in the box is a set of blank character sheets. Okay, so there are 6 of these in total. So this box states that is for 2 to 7 players. So these are single page character sheets. So we have all of the usual expectations on there. You've got your ability mods, you've got your ability scores, you've got your descriptions, your ancestry traits, your feats, hit points, all that good stuff, equipment, spell slots, adventure log, and then there is, I think it's quite good. You just see down the side here, there is an explanation and the shape of the dice. So when I first started,
so this really is aimed at beginners, really.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So I remember when I first started DMing you, Josh, and obviously Sarah Jane and Laura, and I'd say, "Oh, roll a D8. Which one is the D8?" Okay, so it's the 2 pyramids stuck together, or the rhombus, or the pyramid dice for the D4. So having that down the side is useful information. So yeah, it is for people who are new to role-playing games, and obviously new to that set of tools that we all take for granted. So next up, we have the Hero's Handbook. So it's quite thick. I would say this is optimized for levels 1 to 5. But there is a lot of content in there. It's a nice glossy product. The pages are, let's get that back under there. The pages are
pages are shiny.
Good quality paper. They are shiny.
I love some of the artwork in this. I've been flicking through some Starfinder products recently, and the artwork is amazing. The artwork for from majority of the RPGs that we've seen and played, Paizo, Wizard of the Coast, Free and Legion, it is superb. They really do help capture the personality of things. But I've really enjoyed looking through some of the Starfinder products.
So yeah. I'm guessing this is after the first edition of Pathfinder, and it's not using, or maybe it's using its own set of core rules. But is it before like maybe using the second edition set of rules if there's some similarities, or is it its own entity in itself?
It's post Pathfinder first edition and pre Pathfinder second edition.
Okay.
So how much optimization there is there between version, I don't know. But certainly this is a lot more approachable than for a beginner. I'll keep iterating this because I've seen people's comments on the internet saying, it's a bit disappointing. It doesn't take you all the way, and it hasn't got the full rules in it and stuff like that. But it's clear. It's clearly what it's marketed at.
But that's what it is. It's a beginner's box. It's not a linked box. It's not an advanced box. The idea behind the beginner's box is it's an introduction to the game. It's not a board game. I mean, what is this? It's like £15-20, compared to Zombie Outrun, Zombie Apocalypse, Gloomhaven. You don't get an entire game in the box that you have to crack open. This is watered down. Get your friends involved, get them hooked, and then go, you know what, guys, should we play this? Should we put some money into this and actually play together?
Yeah.
I mean, this is also ideal for anyone who's been thinking about it. Christmas gifts, that kind of thing.
So it's Pathfinder in space.
Dabbling, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's called Starfinder.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the hint is in the title, but it's fantastic. There are so many fantasy fans, and we know there are so many science fiction fans, and this, it feeds that appetite.
So this is good. The last page of the book has an index in it, as you'd expect, but you don't always find that in the smaller cut down documents. So even though this is only a thin book and probably about 120 pages, I guess, there's still an index in there. There's still a ready reckoner, and whether you'd consider this an advantage or not, because it means destroying your book, it is bound enough where you can fold the pages back. It's got proper binding. I mean, you can see that on the camera. It has a proper binding there where you can fold the pages all the way back. So it's not got a staple in it, is what I mean. So that's not going to come apart.
I found that if you was to compare if you haven't picked up Starfinder before, I've got the Pathfinder First Edition Beginner Box as well. But if you compare that to D&D's Essential box set or Beginner box set, the starter box, they're very, very similar. They have some very, very good watered down manuals in there, and I think this is ideal. What I'm keen to see though, Steve, is in the Pathfinder box set, I did get a flip map. Do you get a flip map in the Starfinder box, and is it like space?
So I'm not going to tell you, because we're going to find out when I get to the box.
It's going to keep me hanging. Okay. And the other thing I'm really keen to play this is obviously Star Wars is really big. But it's like things like the latest Picard series. If you've watched that, he has a much smaller ship that he flies around in. So is this Star Wars and you planet hop? Is it Star Trek and you have a team and you go beam down to a planet, do an adventure, beam back? Do you have your own spaceship? Is it a shuttle?
So that I think that's evolved over the life of Starfinder. So I think in the beginner's box it's very much you are an away team, and I think Absalom Station is one of the main settings, and that's certainly one of the main early adventures that you do. There is Starship Rules. That is a separate supplement to the core book. So there is space combat. You have your own ship. You can upgrade its drives. You can upgrade its weapons. You can fly around. You can do the whole exploring group thing. But I don't think that's what this box set is. This box set is very much, these are your characters. You are going to build these characters in a sci-fi rather than fantasy setting. So it's the game we're used to in terms of playing, D&D, Pathfinder, whatever. But it has that sci-fi element, and obviously, with the additional rules with Starship books, you have that extra that you can throw into the game.
So the most important question I have for you: can you have a lightsaber?
I haven't seen lightsabers.
So it's pew pew.
Something I was looking at, is the glossary in text yellow or white? Because it looked like it was yellow in the back.
In the index?
They write at the back page, because I was thinking they looked very similar to the Star Wars text that appears up in the intro.
That's just Steve's camera angle.
No, it is yellow. You're right. You're very, very well spotted there. So on to the next bit, and this is a bit that I like. Okay, is we've had our 6 blank character sheets, right? But as I say, this is a box set, so we have 6 complete character portfolios. So these are pre-generated characters in small individual booklets with a little blurb on the front, their own artwork, complete, ready to play. And as I say, on the front, you'll see a little description. So
what is that? Is that
that is a rat.
rat?
It's rat folk. Yeah.
Wow.
So as I say, there is a little description on the front there.
Yeah, he looks cool.
You read it and you say, you read the bullet points. So I've got Technomancer in there, and I'll put that on the camera in a minute. It says, choose a Technomancer if you'd like to blend magic and technology, wield magic to blast your enemies, use technology to power your magic, read minds and communicate telepathically. So the reason I have this in my hands is because obviously this is the one that I would play, because that pretty much is my usual style of character. Now, inside, again, there is all of the information that you need to play that character. So there is description of the character sheet, a description of your abilities and modifiers, and all of the explanations down the side alongside your statistics, your feats, your skills, everything. So everything is on there already pre-filled out, which is great because even if you didn't want to play that pre-gen character, you can use that pre-gen character sheet as a way of reverse engineering the rules. So if you read the rules, and sometimes I read the rules and don't quite get it, you could read the rules, refer to that pre-gen character sheet, find the point and the page reference that's in that document to go back and then apply that to build your own character. So, it's great that they're in there. You can play them, but you don't have to, because I've got 6 blank character sheets, but they are a really good tool for a beginner to go and cross-reference to the rules and create their own character.
Yeah. Also, just a side note, I'm assuming it's the same as Pathfinder, because it's the same company. Somewhere in there it says, yes, you only get 6 blank character sheets, which are double-sided. However, if you go to the Paizo website, they offer free downloads, so you can actually get the same thing and just print it yourself. So you're not stuck with those 6. Obviously, it's just to get you started. They're not trying to skimp you at all. You go to the website and download a character sheet.
Just make sure you do it in pencil.
Yes. Sharpies are not your friend. When you play any kind of role playing, do not use a Sharpie.
Unless you
there are some players that like using the put them in the sheets of plastic and then write on the plastic and rub it off, the dry wipe. I actually quite like that idea.
I've tried it and it's really nice. And then in practice, you end up coming back a week later and it's been in the back of your bag, or you've been sitting on it, so it rubs itself. Yeah. And then you flick through and actually there's my hit points I've just erased. Or there's my vorpal sword, it's gone. Yeah. So in practice, it's hit and miss.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a mechanic there, Steve.
So the mechanic, that is that's the rat folk character.
Oh, sorry, I missed. I was looking at the rat person, but didn't notice what it was. Okay, cool.
Mechanic. And then on the back there is a little blurb about that character and how to role play them. So, that is. I think that's excellent. They are really good.
That was included in the Pathfinder. I mean, I say a lot about the Pathfinder. I've got the Pathfinder First Edition Beginner Box, and it's all very, very, very similar to that, which I really did enjoy. Just having, if you've never played before, it's great. If you're coming from a different system and moving across to Pathfinder, it's also good because there's a lot of similarities, but obviously there's different languages, different learning curve.
Yeah. I think they're great, and especially the artwork and that. You really get into visualizing your character and stuff. And for pre-gens, they're really good. They're a cut above, I think.
So another question for you, Steve. I know you're a big fan of things like Alien, Coriolis, and Cyberpunk. Has looking through. I know this is the first time you've seen this box as well, but you've seen the research and things. Which one are you more inclined to go with?
If I was doing, okay, so I'll break it down into 2 categories. So what we've been doing recently, which is these short little segmented startups, I would definitely play Starfinder, 100%.
So perfect for lockdown mini campaigns.
Yeah, if you was looking for something to run for 7-8 weeks, something like that, perfect, absolutely perfect. Straight out the box, get playing, you're done. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If I was about to do a long-term campaign, I'm talking 6 months plus, I might lean to more towards Coriolis. Now, that isn't saying I wouldn't change my mind if I read more about Starfinder or if we've played this, but Coriolis is a completely different system. We'll talk about it when we do the unboxing. It's a completely different system to D20, and there are features in it that I'm just intrigued enough to want to play.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But it doesn't work in this interface. It doesn't work, I don't think, in the short term. It's something you would be doing, over a much longer period.
Cool. What else have we got in the box, Steve? I still want to see my flip map.
So we have the DM's guide. Again, this is cut down, and it's got the usual stuff in there, and it has our creatures. So we have our bestiary in there. So there's all the monsters and aliens and everything else, and so this one made me chuckle. The other day when I was reading up on Starfinder on the internet was this particular picture here, and the reviewer described it. This is a laser gun wielding dragonkin, and I never realised I needed one in my life until I saw it in the book, and and so I thought I'd have to find that picture doing this unboxing and share that, because I thought it was great. Because once you've seen the dragonkin wielding a laser pistol, how could you ever want to do anything else?
From where I see it, it looks like a kangaroo with a gun.
Right, let's try and get it closer to the camera. Oh,
so I definitely think that should be a new race, the kangaroo folk.
Kangaroo, let's do some kangaroos.
You can carry someone in your pouch as you jump up.
a little Roo jumps out with 2 massive guns, like Rocket Raccoon. Like,
you'll like this one because I know how much of a fan you are of them. This is the Assembly Ooze. So this is a gelatinous cube in the form of a nanoswarm. Yeah, nanoswarm gelatinous cube there. Yeah, see, told you. Once you've seen it, you can't forget that.
Is cool.
Is there a mimic-like character in this?
I'll find one for you.
It's the same thing. It'll be rather than a mimic chest, like a gold chest. It'll be a computer. It'll be a laptop or something.
Yeah. It'll be Hal.
Yeah.
Oh look. Yeah, I've got it. Congratulations. I dropped it on the floor. Right. So I have a mimic. I have a mimic mini that you'll like. It's a vending machine.
No, you haven't got his tongue in.
I got a tongue in there.
You dropped the tongue.
I dropped the tongue. Now, some reassembly required.
From our friends over at Dungeons and Lasers.
So that's a mimic vending machine, and there is a mimic safe as well. So. Yeah, so the lasers, Dungeons and Lasers that we reviewed a couple of weeks ago, Dave bought the fantasy set. I bought the sci-fi set. So I bought the lasers portion of Dungeons and Lasers. Anyway, you've distracted me enough. That we're supposed to be doing this unboxing, not that one. So there is loads of information in this book. There is information about the setting. So there's Absalom Station, which, as I say, this is one of the main areas we'd be doing stuff. There's obviously a lot goes on there. There's all sorts of traps.
So would you say this is more Star Wars or Star Trek? Or is it just a little bit of both?
It feels more Star Trek. I think, than Star Wars, because I don't think it has that religion aspect to it. That's the vibe I get. Whereas Coriolis does, has a mysticism built in. So that's probably the main difference between the two. So there's a whole load of stuff in there. So I've got to go through this and understand it and read it, but it's there. It's there as a beginner DM. The information that I would need to start a game and play a game. So there is a start adventure in there, so it takes you through to 5th level.
I am looking forward to it, Steve. When are we starting?
Sometime in August.
Okay.
So that's that. And now onto the exciting bits. The flip.
Oh, he's got the map. He's got the map.
Now I don't know if this is going to work very well under my camera, but
your head's disappeared there, Steve.
My head's disappeared. Yeah. So there is.
Oh wow.
Your flip mat. Okay.
So it's like a derelict space station.
It is, yeah, a derelict space station. So you could be confused that is a
dungeon.
A dungeon, yeah. Now this is a flip mat, and as you know, because you got the Pathfinder Beginners Box, this is white gleam. It's really nice, strong material. It's a bit of a pain to unfold on the table that I've got next to me, but it's good material that is not going to rip. Even though there are creases in it, it's folding nicely. It's got loads of stuff underneath, so it's not laying flat.
That's what I think all board games should deliver with a package as a flip map, at least a dry wipe or something.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, they are really well designed. The whole, I mean, there's a vast collection of Paizo flip maps. I do like them. Or I mean, even though they are white clean, just because they're so bendy and they're strong, I do end up putting the perspex over them.
So that's the alternate side, which is completely blank, sort of steel type squares that you can apply to any game. You can draw your rooms on there in your dry white markers, whatever colours you want, and remove it. And as I say, this is well built, so there is creases in it. You can see the creases here, but when it's on a flat surface, they almost click into place because it's that plasticized type card that it will lay flat, will lay completely flat. Even if you didn't have a piece of perspex. So that is really good. So I'll try and show you some of the other details that's on the other side without wrecking the camera, making it go fidgety. So there's a
Stargate
or something like that. There is Stargate, yeah. I thought I'd get that in there. There's an operating table as well. So if I fold that bit in, there's some sort of electrical device there.
So I suppose you get, androids, and do you get, like alien androids, the old bishop, things like that?
Synthetics, yeah. I'm not sure
synthetics.
Actually. I'm not sure on the races. Obviously, there's a sample set of races in the pre-gen characters. So there is rat folk. There's some sort of lizard alien race as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can see the stylized goblin there on the Game Master's Guide. You've got the Paizo goblins.
Yeah, that one there. That must be their stock, because they're my favourite goblin images, and normally in the Eberron games, if we've got goblins turn up, it's the Paizo images that I default to, because I think they are very detailed and really, really good artwork.
Should do a crossover campaign of Starfinder and Pathfinder. That'd be quite interesting.
Oh, you can easily do that. It'd be really, really easy to do. But what Steve just admitted to, though, is just crossing the streams. I mean, he's mixed in D&D, Eberron, and Pathfinder with everything. I mean, but we have to. If you find bits and pieces, there's no harm. Your players are going to love it if you start mixing things up.
And at the end of the day, this is what this is about. It's about the player experience.
If everyone's having fun, you're having fun as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you get one or two sheets?
So this is one sheet. No, I got more than two sheets. This is sheet number one. Okay, so again, we've got our
goblins,
selection of goblins, which is good because you don't ever face one goblin. It's always a pack of goblins. And what's great here is you've got your standard goblins, but you've got your chief goblin as well. So you run out your banded goblin raiders with the leader, so that's great. You got a bunch of other stuff on here as well. It looks like we've got a bit of a robot, some sort of dragonkin creature there in the corner. So we have a various selection of sizes in here as well. It's not just all the small tokens, as you know from the Beastry Volume 1, 2, and 3. You do get small, large, medium, and the extra large tokens. There is the assembly use. Sorry, I got distracted. There's the assembly use. There's a brain in a jar. There is.
It's sci-fi, so you need a brain in a jar.
You do. There's a grey, because of course you have to have a grey.
What's a grey?
Well,
it's a doppelganger.
It'd be a doppelganger, yeah. So it's the old Roswell alien. Laser pistol there. So that's sheet number 2, and sheet number 3 is this one. So this one is more along the lines of humanoid enemies and NPC type characters. So you do get a selection. You get your creatures, your monsters, and then you get your humanoids. So your bandits, your raiders, your NPCs. So that's great. And I believe that all of these are keyed off of the adventure as well. So you've got a full set of minis to go with the adventure you're going to be running. So you don't need anything else. It's there in the box.
Cool. Another reason for liking it as well, because you get, obviously they give you the map, they give you some cardboard minis, fits in a box. It's fantastic.
And last thing is just a flyer there. They have reinforcing the Starfinder. There is a community. It's a massive community. Obviously, there's a Pathfinder community, but there is a very big Starfinder community as well. If you go to the Paizo forums, you will find the Starfinder forums are as active as Pathfinder ones are. There is a lot of supplements for the game. I think there's 5 published main campaign adventures. There's another one coming, I believe, and obviously what we was talking about earlier, which was the Starship book. I don't know if that's out yet or how long it's been out, but that's a very good product as well if you want to expand that game, as Dave says, take it in the direction of becoming more of a group, mercenary group or trader group, and exploring more of the galaxy, going beyond just your physical character.
Cool.
So that's what's in the box. For me, that was great value for money.
How much did you pay, Steve?
I think it was £35. As I said, with a 10% discount, it was just over £30.
I think I've got. So you picked up from Ed's Gaming Emporium?
I did. Yep.
Right, let me just throw up. So Ed's Gaming Emporium, to anyone who's still watching, we've got a 10% code. Just use Bob10, and you got the web address there. Cool. We're hitting some reds up here, Steve.
Okay. You're all right for me. Nothing's dropped out, so
you just dropped.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for what's in the box. So on the back there, it does give you a breakdown what's in there as well, which is good. So good box, good packaging, great service from Ed, great content, great price. Yeah, really impressed with that.
Cool.
Look forward to playing it.
Yes, I do.
I'll be inclined to get involved with that as well.
Hey, how do I do time-wise?
That's fine. We're just hitting 40 minutes. Do you want to take a quick break there? And
yeah, I'll go and get a drink, and then we'll crack on with the next one.
Okay, so well, Steve, you're hosting. You tell them what we do.
Okay, so we're going to take a 5-minute break now. Stay with us if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, you can sit around for 5 minutes before clicking the next link, or please go ahead and click the next link on the video. If you like what we've presented today, please comment. Please let us know any other unboxings that you'd like to see. We have a vast selection of games between us that we haven't even broached yet. We've got Forbidden Lands, we've got some of the other stuff we're going to be looking at tonight. what we can do unboxings for, and we'll also, we can do more in-depth reviews. So, for example, I can read the DM's guide, and we can do some character creation in Starfinder as well, and we probably will end up doing that when we start playing it as well, if we don't play with the pre-gens. So yeah, comment below, like the video, subscribe, be much appreciated, and if you're on Twitch, then we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Yep, see you in 5.
See you in a bit.